Gente, it's Julie Labori from Throw Retro Wrestling, and today we're gonna be some MID asshole reading and more, a lot of stuff today. So let's get started. Um, let's go ahead with you guys, and let's see, what's the right here. We got, well, this is an MID asshole unfiltered. This is from Mastermind Cassette. Says, MID for refusing to attend my father's funeral there after he told my husband to train me to sit down and shut up. Mira que frescura. Alright, here to get the full picture, I had to start from the beginning. I met my husband's Jason for the first time I went 3 years ago. The first thing he said, "Hi, I'm Jason. Welcome to the we're all assholes." No exaggerations. I laughed because what exactly do you say to that? In the 3 weeks since, I have spent very little time with him. He has been inside my house both times for less than 4 hours. At the time, he and my on a construction project together. They were building a house. To sell. Jason wanted to finance the project of my husband, who owned a construction company, as GC and receive a payment. Instead, Ben ended up doing most of the work for free, while Jason refused to carry his agreed upon financial share. I financially supported most household for a year while this messed out. Ironically, during Jason's visit to our house, I wouldn't last long in this if I didn't grow. I was too quiet. Remember, the only interaction that I had with him happened over the phone. I walked into the room. My husband was talking to my husband was self help recover financially from their failed venture. Jason's suggestion was that my husband could also get a second job despite already running his construction company. They were wooden the amounts. Walked in with a plate of food, called out and jokingly poor Bambi. Then my husband explained that what they were discussing. I just only a limited number of what one baby's head hanging on their wall. That like that does and ew. That's what it. My husband laughed. I laughed and I left. I laughed. And I left. The interaction lasted maybe 5 minutes. Later that night, Jason sent my husband a massive message saying that he my idiotic personality. I was a cancer. What do you think that she's cancer? Is it because if she's not? Is it because of the fact that she is not doing what supposedly according to him a wife is supposed to be doing? Like cooking, cleaning, take care of the kid, not working. Is that what his personality? Is that what you're supposed to? Is that how you're supposed? The expectancy from that person. That guy is so beyond. Let me add another here. Let me see if my camera is working at the moment. Thanks. How you doing? Let's see. Let me. Is this on? Alright, let me get this. I am trying to get camera. What? I don't care. That's better. See? No. That's not better. You know what? Screw that. I'm gonna go ahead and start using some camera one more time because I haven't used this in a while. Alright, let's see. Now let's get this overall. this really quick. This is good. This is good. All right. That's better. And that play together can go. Okay. I care. Now play together can go ahead and suck it because I don't know how that thing. So try to use it last Uno, you know, in and it's a pain in the ass. I'm gonna guys. Okay, all right. Okay, now I lost. Great. Uh, okay. That was cancer destroyed my husband. No exaggeration. Gave me a cancer. At that point, and spent less than 4 hours, 24 hours. This is I'm reading 24 total hours around me. My husband's response at the time was, "Thanks for letting me know." I don't know if he's taking it, or this is supposed to be or he's being sarcastic, and just to amuse. I think that's how you call it. Amuse the. I'm not sure. Okay, that caused problems between us. See. Um, it took months of finding out that that for letting me know it's not an appropriate response to wife cancer. Us to get back on the same page. That really long part that I just read is basically it's quote unquote essentially the extent of the relationship with Jason until 2 days ago. Rest in peace. My husband and I live locally. I've been physically interacting. Jason has not over the past several years. And sad beside him through surgeries, hospitalization. God damn, I can't even talk anymore. Hospitalizations. I don't know. And serious problems. I've hosted my father-in-law and his partner of 30 years for Thanksgiving. Every had the dinners, gone out with them, etc. First met my father, honestly, a cranky, miserable man. Who frequently battled my husband. Over the last 3 years, my husband began to himself more, especially during this past. His genuinely changed. He became kinder to his husband, less sexist towards me. I wonder where did the get attitude. I bet it's because of the old man. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of the. That's what I believe. I believe Jason here attitude, not attitude toward because of the because of attitude. Uh, father, okay, father-in-law, and I didn't know everything. He was fierce to his family, which overall I like the. And most of that on my knees, all sort of through paper we could find trying to determine whether he had a will with my husband. We did not find one. Jason arrived halfway through the day. Discussions about and what steps needed. What steps needed next. Dad's partner, her daughter, Jason, and I. Okay, put information or suggest. I did not tell they should. They should. Most of my contributions were things like there's no harm in waiting until Monday and checking his attorney to see whether a will exists or help organize paperwork. Okay. His general attitude was my way or the highway. The the old man. I want to know. Let's see. For example, he wanted large because it was true, even though he claims that he had one conversation. Let's see. For example, he wanted large because it was true, even though he claims that he had one conversation with his dad 5 years ago but 5 years, I'm reading 4 or 5 years ago, where his that comment about wanting to be cremated, despite the fact that's partner of 30 years, my husband were not comfortable with that. To give me how Jason interacts with his wife is practically silent around him and seems to speak mostly when directly addressed. Girl, the sister better get the get attorney, anything like that, because what he's doing is abusing her basically. Um okay, okay. She's well, he's not in the room. That also had for his father at one point a father-in-law's doctor refused to direct with him anymore because of how he treated the doctor and staff. My husband had to act as the go between. The other day when surprised. Sonia Rosado, how you doing? How you doing? Sorry. Uh, if you're tuning in right now, reading some MID Reddit stories, and probably work some more, talk about more stuff, maybe wrestling stuff, maybe some retail. Everybody that has done retail, we can talk about like some basic any retail that am I finding here on Reddit. Um, what the hell? I don't what is that right here? It's got something. Man, damn, see my nerves. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where the hell did I get? Left? All right. Ya me perdí. Qué mierda. Ya me perdí. Okay. Okay. Then came the funeral home. We're supposed to meet there at 10 a.m. But pushed back because he had to run another. When my husband and I arrived, Jason was parking basically was parking at basically the same we were. He and his wife did not wait for 2 minutes it took us to park. They were straight inside and into the funeral. The 30 years wasn't even there. This is what I really hate. Unfortunately, even for a partner, I'm not sure how the whole partner married and all that goes, but I don't think partners have sort of when it let's say if partner is when your partner dies and you want to do something that the person might have done, might have wanted to do, or might have like uh like they're well so I'm not sure if the partner has a right when it comes to that. I think it's immediate family probably ones that had right to that or have of attorney. I'm not sure how that goes. A really great question to ask any that is an attorney. That'll be great because it's kind of up time. It goes within the law. I don't know how that. To be honest. Okay. Uh, the funeral director asking routine about military honors, being a veteran. My husband that asked for an email address so he could send documents. Rather than being the funeral director, I quietly asked if he had his card. He handed one to me, and I put it in my husband. Moments later, the funeral director asked for father-in-law's father's name. Now I knew it. I quietly reminded my husband that was through paperwork the day before. Uh, the puñales. We can. The day before we found genealogy paper how worked on that to our. I told him that I was sure that grandparents' names and date of birth were on them. That was apparently talking. Ya empezó otra vez Jason. Ya empezó. Jason immediately stood up and told him to come outside. A few minutes later, my husband returned visibly shaken, upset, and now this meeting over. We're leaving. I followed him to the hallway, asked what happened. He said, told him that everything was going to be done Jason's way. My husband needed to get on board. My husband needed to make me sit there and shut up. We started leaving. Then my husband turned inside. He told Jason at the meeting was over and that Jason was not making decisions himself. My husband started walking out. The funeral director asked who the executor was. Jason and his wife simultaneously said Jason. Except that we have found no document appointing Jason as executor. I have about 15 years of experience, so I went around and told the funeral that no will have been located, and there Jason could not be listed as executor. So people ya querían meter mano to qué es lo que va a hacer, no quiere coger tal cosa, si la persona tiene comportamiento. Yeah, like como que él tenía planeado todo a, you know, para meter mano. Let's see. Mierda, ya me perdí ahora otra vez. I also made it clear that objected to Jason making unilateral that if necessary we have an attorney contact the funeral. Jason walk out, and I'm reading how it is. I'm going to anything. I'm not mute anything. I'm not gonna do ceñita de boquita así, de ceñita y toda esa mierda. No. I'm gonna read how it goes. I'm gonna read how it goes. All this Netta, how you doing? Ya me cansé. Okay. I'm trying to remember where I left off now. God damn it. I told him to shut the fuck up and that getting aggressive did not magically give him authority over everyone else. Moment, Jason then threatened to have the police remove me. That turned into a yelling match because apparently even telling Jason to shut the fuck up is unacceptable. Mira, mijo, si un tipo que me va a decir cállate la fucking boca, yo te lo para atrás. A mí no me importa, me importa tres pitos. Si tú me quieres decir, pero van a ver testigo. Así que he started insulting me, calling me and little or any, which is especially fun because he knows almost about my childhood, even less about little Annie. I told him I didn't give a shit him and that he was a grown bully trying to dictate everything. This wasn't just about him. He fought multiple people, including my I found another funeral home employee, made sure that she understood that no will had been advocated. Nobody had been confirmed an exam. And a dispute between us about authority to make decisions. Jason and his wife went outside. My husband tried again to calm down so they could continue making together. I ate all this. Jason blamed my husband. Oh, man, no me hagas hablar. Don't. Oh, my. Oh my God. A ver. You're blaming your own. You're blaming your own brother of your father's death. Why do I feel like Jason has something to do with that? Like for real. Why do I feel like he has to do with father's death? Hmm. Vamos. Déjame ver si bueno, ay, puñale. Un poquito más poquito. No me pinche un dedo. Ok. Ay, perdí otra vez, puñeta. Okay. Uh, okay. Even though Jason held the medical POA and was the person making his father's medical decisions, he also demanded keys to a ranch that not belonged to their father. It belonged to Dex' longtime partner. Mira, ¿qué quería? Ay, no, si este tipo es un buscón. Este tipo es un buscón. Like, le echa la culpa a la muerte del pai. Ahora la de un rancho que ni le pertenece que le pertenece al partner de él. My husband has access because he has been his dad out there doing and feeding cattle. Say the funeral did not end well. The ending lasted tonight. Call my husband because he supposedly wanted to apologize. His apology included, "Your wife is a short employee." That's an apology? I'm sorry. That's an apology? Your wife is in this family. He listed almost every adult woman in the family has rights to an opinion your wife does. Men are sitting at the table talking. The women need to sit there and shut up. You need to train your wife to do. You need to train your wife to do shut up. He told my husband that while he respects him, people simply do not ever. And I apparently one of those people. A meaningful interaction I have ever had with this man or his wife is described in the post. I was, for the record, was trying to make decisions. I was burial, cremation, flower services, money, and helping find work and answering factual questions when I knew the. My husband handled the phone call better than her. He Jason he handled the phone call better than he ever handled Jason's answer years ago. But also he told Jason that he Jason's apology and agreed that he talked to me about remaining silent unless spoken. And that is where I drew the line. I told him that my serious marriage. I will not attend any Jason is including the funeral. I have moderate ADHD and CPSD. I'm currently off medication. I worked to a place where I could function without it. I struggle every single of the day, but I am to be able without medication right now. I just believe continue continue meditation with this man was destabilizing enough that I will need them go back on medication. Continue meditation with this man was destabilizing enough that I will need them go back on medication to knowingly put my children where they may eat. Some targets them had to watch a grown man I verbally abuse and bully everyone on him. And that's neglect. I also recognize that if I attend there is a likelihood Jason will provoke another confrontation, and that will make it over awful day worse for my solution. Move myself from the situation early. My husband thinks that to attend makes me selfish, and I'm abandoning him when I so myself and my children, also preventing his brother from their father's funeral on the battleground. So Reddit asked for refusing to attend my father's funeral, father-in-law's funeral, if my husband's brother will be. Baby, you're not the asshole. Let me tell you why. Because of a brother-in-law, and so you're about to have an asshole. He is taking, basically, siguiendo de la corriente a los hermanos para no pelear con él. Brother, abajo eres tú de estar faltando respeto a la mujer mía. Are you to do that? Who the fuck are you to be disrespecting my spouse? Ada Licea, how you doing? For real, it's who are you to be opening your mouth and like people me? Who are you? You're nobody. See, period. See, this is what I'm telling. This is what I'm telling you. One of the comments here says, so your husband abandoned you when he allowed him to call cancer, and your husband that women should didn't rip him a new one. It's true. That's oh. Okay. Let's see what another one we got here. I got some comebacks. The thing here was said from comebacks. Okay. And very corny comeback one was literally me. I'm a 21-year-old working on a mail field. Today I was I got every traffic cone. I held them one arm on my knee while closing the car trunk with another. Jumping back for because I was. Then I heard an older man saying behind me, oh look at that working car now." I looked him in the eye and said, "You find that hard?" When he just laughed it off, I continued, "You should train a little more." Anda el carajo. I'm proud of myself. I never say a comeback if someone likes me. I had to share this with someone. I don't care if it's embarrassing. I'm happy I did why like I normally would. uh, uh, okay, Major Peanut 20. I think I read this one. I think I read this one. If I didn't read this one, I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. Okay, it says this keeps looking down on me because I'm a woman. As I have a family friend who knows I was fresh out of the womb. He's 19. He's a 19 male, and I'm a 17 female. His mom and mom are best friends for 3 years, but like live like 4 hours away, so we only see them like once. They're currently visiting and staying at our house for about 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days. He's asking like he's better than me because I'm a woman. For example, lost my earring looking for it. He said us men don't have to worry about our jewelry. Another example which really pissed me off is that he owns a truck and he drove down and he asked me if I wanted to see it. It was 11. So I said nah. He's white and I told him A+. I'm not too into that stuff. And he said typical woman. In Pennsylvania, honestly, it's not too much. Surprised he looks down on women. For example, he always said how he just wants to find a hot girl who will be real to him and stuff. But anyways, back to my. What should I say if he says sex again like that? I want to be bigger person. I want to hit him back with a good comment. I don't know. Please. This person You must be so proud of being a man. After all, it's just achievement. Only achievement. Another one says, "Look at him, eye, and with your best hot boys say, hey, bro, you are just not my type." Then so wing and touches before you walk away. What do you think? You guys think? What do you think about? Go ahead. Let's go back. Fue. Okay. This is another from 11 hours ago. This is from Dum Dum. It says during COVID was wild. I, at the time, junior in school, was nearing the second semester. I was always someone like to who likes school, not for the friends, not for the whatever, but I always liked learning. I was pretty upset when we switched over to this thing because that meant I couldn't do most fun part. I was in chemistry one, so out that class we had labs. Well, labs are not necessarily online horrible simulations. Because I remember when COVID in 20 already out. I was out of high school for about 8 years. So I thank God that I'm not there, not in high school at the that I was I was very fortunate that I was that didn't happen, but I was in college at the time COVID, and it was online. It was, I'm gonna tell you, it was a pain in the ass. It was completely a pain in the ass. Um, just the fact that you have everything on, you can do none of the stuff that I would do, and face to face, you can't none of that. Um, because I'm the type of person that if I'm doing online school, I need to be active, you know. I need to be active in the class because no, if time what a professor do like a Zoom meeting or like a web like the program that they have in for Georgia State, um, they would they would um they would do like a webcam, but at the same time, they didn't do it. Whenever they do it, they just gave you guys assignments and say, "Oh, make Sunday, 11, blah blah blah," and I mean, okay, about a month into doing all the classes, the board announced that they didn't anymore, or rather, you only go up, and even if you weren't passed, you passed. Many students in this class immediately gave up. I know because most of us do that. Damn, that really sucks. Like basically what it is they will get an ECA on anything in there because of COVID. You will get an ECA because of COVID. Really must who the people who are really active in science, especially chemistry, who really love chemistry. It must suck that all the hard work and effort put into that class now it's not gonna worth anything because they're gonna give you any for that. I don't like that. Mm-mm. Uh, sorry. Okay, where was I? So, okay, let me make sure the mic is on. Okay, did. I like the content enough to keep going. And the other classes I had time. And the classes I had time. Uh, like I said, I know for a fact that I was one, maybe two people in total in the whole school that were still assigned friends. At least like 3 weeks at a point. I think that's what it means. I ended up submitting some last minute, and again, not or anything was on time. It was literally last minute. It was on all papers, so was in classes only. Ended up being like midnight online stuff. Teach was not. She docked point and told me uh, to be better with my time management. This wasn't the first time she thought it was okay to be rude emails to me during this time. There were several occasions where I said I had done something wrong and it was for not finding the solutions. Even though all we did were labs and that has step by instructions that falling to a T. Much is with her being weird was fast. Knowing that was probably the only person's stuff she was grading and how utterly rude she was constantly. I told her something effective. I know I'm the person doing well, I'll do it when I want. Damn. Okay. Closed the laptop and didn't open that shit up till school opened back up. Fall. Passed the for doing nothing and had immediate fall for chemistry too. And she knew, we both knew. In retrospect, they should have had everyone retake the grade everywhere. You gotta keep those grades up, rates up. Damn, that was. Hey, how you doing, Ryan Ali? How you doing? All right, let me see. No problem we got here. I'm trying to get this thing. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right. It says, all right. It says here, but this is not in my household. Is angel. Okay. It says here, a mighty angel for smoking my mother-in-law's funeral. Just got home and am literally shaking. Now my head is and got to know where I am on this. My mother-in-law passed away last week at battle with cancer. We weren't close, but she met to my wife, and naturally, I wanted to show my support. Oh my goodness, it's a dude. Very important information. I am a smoker. I am not about it, but it helps me calm. I have a lot of stress in life. I love my wife's family, but that's either here or there. Smoking helps me take a second and decompress. Before you say anything, I don't think her was a smoker, and I don't think her cancer was to anything like that. Was another reason I'm so confused about this. Anyway, on the day of the funeral, already feel the activity. As soon for one thing, I'm religious. Second, my wife's family has gotten a bad impression about me over the years, mainly because I smoke. Nevertheless, I walked out to pay my respect just one of good. Um, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna do. I would saying goodbye to my mother-in-law was part of the I thought I stood by the cat about 10 15 minutes. The usher kindly reminded me that other people were behind in line. I was a bit embarrassed about getting up and the emotion of it, and uh, I decided to go out to the lobby, clear my head. Now I will admit I wasn't thinking, but I instinctively grabbed my lighter while still in the lobby and lit up. Then the happened. I heard yell across the church. Who the hell? Who in the living hell at a church? I remember I yelled at a church once. It was at the St. Patrick's Church in New York because I used to live in New York for about a year and a half. My sister loved to separate herself from everybody from the and when she wandered around, we were right in front of the you know how um churches they have and they always have like these candles where you light up, you know, one candle, one person, you know, that person's soul. Okay, so what happened was my sister loved to wander around from the group. We were just in a group. We were just for my her partner and my sister. That's it. And what happened is that the little girl decided to wander off, and I literally and still repenting about that. I literally grabbed her and I yelled her name, and every single person in church looked at me, and I was 9 years old, and I was like, "Tra tierra." I was, let me the fuck out of here. I repent to that. I'm like telling people, do not yell. If someone does something stupid at church, do not yell because you already want shit. Okay, continue. Fenton. Sorry to you. My wife, I heard my wife yell across the church. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing here? I calmly put a pipe. Oh, so it was a pipe. I calmly put my pocket and calmly began to explain that it was that trying to clear my head, but my wife was not listening. You smoking much? Crowd starting to gather. I very calmly told my wife this was not the place to have an argument. She kept berating me. Where the hell have you and haven't seen you in years? In case you're wondering, she nitpicked like this. Gordo Gonzalez, how you doing? Nico Goldman, how you doing? Uh, okay. To make different, Courtney decided to put herself into the matter, mostly by putting her hands into the pocket of my coach. Who the hell are you? Who the hell put hands on my pockets? For real. Then Courtney, the question is, why was he in jean shorts? You're in a church, dude. Dude, you're in a church. You're supposed to dress up. Oh, not casual, but not casual. I mean, not casual. You're supposed to dress up, you know, to make a good impression in the church. So it's a funeral. Okay. Then Courtney basically, yeah. Um, I might add, accused me of stealing my mom's necklace off. ¿Qué? Mira qué cabrona. it looked? Was my mother to be wearing a white gold necklace with her wedding on it while in the casket? Yes. Did I have an identical necklace in my pocket? My wife's family ceremony? Absolutely. Was there a necklace on the necklace in my mother-in-law's initiating date? Of course. I swear I actually ate my mother-in-law's necklace and I was returning it. Needless to say, my wife and Courtney and everyone else at the funeral unmoved. Luckily, Courtney hadn't grabbed my switchblade, so I was able to make my way out of the parking lot. No dude que el en teacher y con un switchblade in the pocket. Unless if it's a switchblade, you know what I mean. As you can imagine, I'm dating. However, Beth felt on me while I was alive. I think it was the bad asked me to leave. I'm actually considering the wife over this. I had given her an unsecure trial, but it doesn't seem it's improved. Reddit and my related. I have a case of family for destruction of property. On my way out of the parking lot, they smashed the wheel of my truck and I left copper wiring. I fell at a construction site that fucking pipe. One broke on Courtney's head. Courtney's head. Wait, did he actually a smoking on those sister-in-law head? Bravo. Portogona. Okay. Let me see. Angel for forgetting my groups over a group call. I love reading a story. What then this MIT Angel. MIT Angel stories on Reddit.com. I never think I make my own posts. I'm literally crying as I write. So basically, I 20F, huge boobs, all natural. And flawless skin, and some friends 20 fat are going to a party hosted by a local celebrity. Privacy. And there's a prize for a best group costume. I 20 huge booth, remember? Don't really care about prize. My friend 20 and fat wanted a zodiac theme stuff or something. Heard one of the thing about mom being a cancer, needing money, they money to fight it. I 20 sexy smart calmly explained that you can't change yourself no matter how rich you are. And my friends 20 fat and dumb told me to kill myself. I'm too nice for this friend group, but anyway. So your is at the human body. I know. Can you see what she dressed up as? So far, we had two people being the eyes. Some people, it is both the nose and the mouth. Pretty much, what can you expect from a fatty fat? And I know one of my friends is the spine. Another one of my friends is liver, and is gonna be right hand, and someone else is the left hand. And two people sharing a costume because the leg. I volunteered to be the heart. I'm so nice. One of the friends who's obsessed with the zodiac is gonna be the heart. I hate it. I want to gently with my heart as revenge. But anyway, what body part I'm gonna? I'm yes. What body part I'm going to be a conversation when your anus. What's that? The anus. What? You know the sphincter. Why am I the sphincter? You're the I don't know what you're saying to me. You know where you poop from. I don't know what that is. frustrated now for no reason. The asshole, you asshole. I ran away here, scared of running down my face away makeup because skin is always so naturally beautiful. I'm shaking and crying and peeing a little red. I'm literally shaking and crying and being a little ready. Am I really the asshole making an innocent mistake and making a question? Why do I feel like this is a post from a goddamn airhead? But I mean, seriously, you know how stereotypical blonde, where you got they're they're not this smart, but they're this smart, but not this smart, right? Oh my god. I'm just laughing myself with this thing. It's so funny. What is this from 7? I'm gonna run you over with my oh my fucking god. Yes. Shit is so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was actually going to I thought that if she was gonna be a body part, I thought that she would voluntarily become not the butt, that she was gonna become something else that is from like mass organ. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's I haven't laughed so hard in my like in a while, so long. Oh my god! I'm so gonna think it's funny. Uh, where's Jesus? I swear. Um, all right. So for you that are tuning in, make sure that you do tap on your phones. If you see my live, go ahead and tap on my phone, on your phones. Leave me some, leave me a rose, leave me a word. Doesn't matter. I'm here for you guys. You guys want to talk? You have a conversation with me about anything you want. We can go about that conversation. We can do it here. We can do it. DM me. It doesn't matter. I'm all for you guys. Oh my god. Oh, let's see what else we got, because I swear to God, I'm still laughing my ass off. The group costume. Yeah. Oh, ass off. The group costume. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. It says here, am I the angel? Okay, so like I said, for those of you that are tuning in, the Reddit story that I'm reading right now is from they call Am I the Angel, and but instead of saying asshole. So it says, am I the angel for wearing a formal suit to a black tie pool party? I 21 got invited to my black tie party. It was a summer and very warm to my friend Marissa. Let's call it like that. Let's call it like that. Had a pool party, but hates when people dress poorly. So she noted that it was a black tie pool. I showed up in a very formal bikini. It was black and didn't show me off too much. My nipple ass crack covered. Why are you doing? Everyone was wearing tuxedos and that was a pool party. It was fun at first. Yes, I wasn't wearing shoes. My feet would got pretty dirty. We were all drinking. I didn't having fun. Make sure to and I made sure to clean my feet. No, no biggie. I didn't feel like swimming. All the guys were complimenting on my formal bikini thing about it until I was. She said, "I can't believe you wore uh, wore that the whole time. What the hell?" I was taking a because it's a pool party. I mean, who the hell's gonna go to a pool party but in a gown and do that shit? What the fuck? If it's a pool, it's a pool party. You wear, like swimsuit. That's it. I was taking a because it's a pool party. Really expect me to wear a formal? Hell no. Now my friends are split. Blowing up my phone. Some say it was mine, others say it was my friend's mom and dad. I split too. Her dad said it was me and I party, but her mom said that her daughter needs to chill. I can't wonder if my friend is just jealous. 5'7", 135 pounds. Not chubby. 135 pounds chubby. Chubby as me. I'm 4 and I'm almost 300 pounds. Damn. And I think that might be why. Was I the it? I don't know what to do. In the comments it says I'm on because I think formal swimmer needs a pair of heels. Okay, I can see that. But you might have been might have been too sexy, and the groom would have called the wedding. This one's tough. Yes, it is tough. It's actually the OP actually answered is that I figure pool parties shoes, but maybe you're right. That was a big one. Yeah. Uh, it's hard for me to because both. However, the dad, a reasonable man who careful logical, he says and always says you're the asshole. I'm going with him. All right. Okay, this is from actually from a while ago. Okay, this is best of what's it warning? Okay. Okay, I get it. Here, my 25 coworkers are bullying over my weight and eating, and A refuses to do anything. This person is not the OP. Caterpillar is not the OP. Uh, so it says here the original post. This is it's an update. Okay, it says here throw is a writing this, and I'm not sure I'm completely overreacting or not. Sorry about horrible grammar, spelling, longness. I've worked on for a helpline. I've worked for a help the past 5 years. A small specialized helpline is only around 12 to 15 people on the floor at once. Office staff, HR manager, assistant admin, and payroll. Due to time tabling, we take our breaks in our teams. And there's my Julie 23 at 35 ish, and Joan 45. Julie and Joan are overweight, while Sally and me, Sally's very obese. Joan has been with the company since the beginning, best and especially with the HR manager. Months ago, I started a packed lunch to save money and buy fast food at the fast food place next door to take back for the to the canteen. Ever since I stopped with my team to buy, they've started weird vendetta against my eating habits. It started off by coming to my lunch. I typically pasta, meat, fish, rice, and veg. Every day started snidey while I was eating. They said that it looked disgusting. How they don't know eating that food crap be rather be fat than themselves. Uh, they all say how I thought I was better than them, deliberately trying to make them feel bad, despite me never ever mentioning weight or diets. I tell that dish that I wasn't despite that, they still make comments about myself being but even after seeing. They also make comments about how lucky babies are that you can't eat anything you want. They say they say these things every single day. They stop, yeah, but I ask them time and time to make comments like that. The next day they would. Okay, this is one of the things that that people could stop doing, especially if you're weight like me. Um, because just because you're overweight, you know, you have the right to speaking to people that are overweight like you. As at one point you were victims of laughter. Guys were victims of um victims of how to say it? Victim of bullying. Where you guys bullied at one point and all that. But don't take it on like a person that skinny person is not doing anything to you. Don't take it out on that person. That's it. Don't take it out on that person because I don't do that. I don't condone type of bullying because you're fat. That means you got to um bully others because of their weight. It doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter if you're skinny. It doesn't matter. Like for reals. Uh, I ignored it to be honest. It didn't bother me that much. Then they moved on to insulting my body. They comments about how skinny I am. My arms look like pigs. I shouldn't lose any more weight. They told me never, I never get a boyfriend. I never get a boyfriend until I put on weight. And we'll talk about celebrities with bodies similar to mine. How disgusting they look. I've gained weight since I started eating better. I am okay. I am a 8 UK. That's what it says here. But I am very fit, athletic, very clean muscle definition with no. So I do not look underweight by any means. I do not make comments about body that I felt hurtful and inappropriate. They stopped. They started in their eyes and mumbling on their breath how being dramatic and shoot shoot each other's looks. Uh, no, I don't condone that shit. Cause like I said before, at the point you got of laughter, you guys were told that we're gonna have any boyfriends with that weight, meaning that you're never gonna have a boyfriend or being uh you're not gonna be any in the world fat or you're nicely because you're fat. Uh, but then and then it comes the opposite. Now the fat people, the overweight people, the obese people are making fun of the skinnies. And I'm like, why are you making fun of them? I want we're getting bullied. Why have the right to bully that person as well? That's my question. Like think about it. Give you gives you the right to bully them as well. Oh man, I'm not gonna. I'm not I'm not gonna more because I'm just imagining like what was gonna happen because they said that one of the coworkers sees with HR she's been there since the beginning. So I know for sure they're not. Yeah. Let me the Reddit. I wonder if they have any wrestling Reddit. Oh man. Okay. This is weird. No, I'm not. What? I just something. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I ain't gonna do. Let's see what we got here because I want to see. Let me see bleachers because see if I can read you guys any news about um any news any news. So either thing or you know. Let's see what else we got here. But you know, see if anybody that is a wrestling fan here, and I am trying to see if I can find that one episode from the Dark Side of the Ring, which is the episode of the um, that episode with is uh Renegade, but that episode with is uh Renegade, but it looks like they haven't they either don't have it or they just don't they're not gonna they're not gonna put it on, which is very really wanted to watch that episode. Wait, am I missing they already they already put it on. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's tonight right now. That's right now. Oh, let me see if I can. I know there's a thing here, and because aside from wrestling, I do myself some watch some comedy. I love watching I love watching I love watching Whose Line Is It Whose Line Is It, and I love watching types of uh I love watching anything like improv because genuinely they're like the funniest thing. Let me see if I can find anything, guys. Let me see if this works. All right. Fanny Martillo, how you doing? How are you? Let me see if I can like put more over here. When I put in and more, that means that I could just be talking about anything else. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Let me see if I can. Mimi Grants, how you doing? I do love watching um I love watching guys because they're basically I just um I I love watching any comedy, especially when it comes to improv. Do love watching. Let me. What am? What are you doing? Okay, you just scratched me. That dude beyond reason. Look who's and look who's big. Look how big she is. Hey, girly. I love you. Okay, get down. All right, let's see if I can add a hooks thing here. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Because this is oh man. All right then. All right then. So they're not gonna let me do it. I and don't put me in. Anything on. I'm trying to make everything original here. Y'all don't let. I how come? How come? And this is very biased. How see people on TikTok that get to stream movies, stream and movies, stream and react to all the crap that they have all over the internet. But me, that I'm just an ordinary person that wants to fit in this community, and I can't do it. So you know what? Go ahead and finish this live abruptly. I will see you guys later, maybe tomorrow. Not sure if you know if, if life lets me. I'll go and try and do any other stuff. See you guys later.